week. What a week! Life is very, very exciting. And yeah, lots of things are happening. And I was just reminded by the little bird you heard singing that there is this now. There is this now. And the more I embody this now, no matter what I feel is important or what I feel I should focus on, really, this is all I will ever really need to focus on. And it's a really, really huge art to be able to do this. But we find as we go that without being fully connected to this moment, we won't be fully connected to ourselves. So it's Eckhart Tolle, who I just saw on the internet, who's actually who was in front of a webcam for the first time in his life. It was a different experience. He talks about the now, and it's because it's only in the now that you can connect with yourself. The one you were 5 minutes ago is not the one you are now. So it is this beautiful, beautiful being that you are, that is always completely now in this present moment. And because, as I've mentioned before, we're always in a movement, if we're not attentive in the moment, we actually don't know ourselves. So in a way, we're observing ourselves as we are ourselves. As I said the last time, with the observer and the cell and the boss at the same time. And in our life that has been so busy, and still is for many people, we've learned that you just have to structure your life. You just have to have all these ideas and put all these things into action, and then everything is going to be good and organized and wonderful and well. And sometimes we need to do that, but it will never be wonderful and well unless you are taking this present moment with you. So it is really, really a fine art to be a creator, and at the same time someone who is living here and experiencing. So the whole thing of talking about us being multidimensional is really something you get to feel, that you are all these different aspects of life at the same time. So thank you for our connection on the other channel. It's a little bit messy, a little bit funny. I have these two channels. Actually, I have 3 channels. The Danish one is very, very small. But they have different energy. These 2 different channels, and people are connecting there. And so that's what you who have seen the video on the other channel, what came very strongly to me yesterday, that it's important I connect back, because this connection that we're making with each other is really building the new earth, and it's healing us deeply, I feel. Just somebody thinking a loving thought or feeling love towards you is healing you while you don't even know. But when we actually consciously connect, it's very, very powerful. And it goes both ways. That's the beautiful thing. So when you send your love and appreciation to someone, it's always going to come back to you in some way and form. So yesterday I made the decision that I'm going to leave this place and go to another place. And I've been here for 30 odd years. Been here since 1990. So since I was a young woman, I've been here. This is the place I've been most lived for the longest. And I just knew. And I had read Diana Cooper said on the 20th of February, formulate with yourself what you really want. And suddenly it just came to me like a flash. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to leave this place and go somewhere else. And it's so wonderful when these things come so clearly, and it's you just feel it's true. And so my life is changing a lot. And as I said on that other channel, I need to, or I wish to generate some money. So that's why these ads, which I've said here also, those ads are on there. And we'll just see where the Lord guides me to go. And it's really, really good just around these days, which are very, very powerful, to really ask yourself, what is it that you wish to spend your life on? And for me, it's love, it's connection, it's truth, it's beauty, it's fun, and naturalness, being in nature, being very close to the earth. I need to be very close to the earth, otherwise I won't function. Being near the trees, the animals, feeling the air, especially the air lately. The air has felt so beautiful and sweet and pure. It's like it's really hit me so many times lately. The air, it's like drinking this beautiful, beautiful wine or just elixir. Just taking a breath of fresh air. So nature is vibrating very, very high. Very, very high. So it's good to connect with nature in some way or the other. To just formulate for yourself, these are the things that I wish to fill my life with for the rest of my life, however long it's going to be. It's very, very powerful, because you have all these thoughts and ideas in your mind, and all these voices, and somewhere on some level, on a deep level, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what's right for you and healthy for you, and what you should be filling your life with. And if we never ask exactly, we might not really get it clearly. So so the big one for me is to connect. And it's to connect truthfully, and that's what I feel the New Age is going to, of course, be full of. That we are going to, each and every one of us, stand in our truth and in our honesty, dare to be who we are with all our flaws and whatever, dare to stand, and actually not just dare to stand in our truth, but love to be there. Love to be in ourselves and be who we are. And from that state of being, we will be living our lives. And so what I feel is really, really important for me is to connect. It's the connecting. And it doesn't really matter if it's with an animal or a plant or a human or the air, but it's this feeling of connecting and sharing energy and pure energy. So I love when I connect with a human, to connect honestly, even though that human might say some things that are really not very nice, as long as it's honest, so we know that this is where I stand, this is who I am, and because every time we hide and put up this facade, we're actually really lying, and we are not here, and it is fear. When we don't dare to be ourselves and express ourselves and the gifts that we bring, in whatever simple way they might be, we are driven by fear. Let's have some water. So the other day I was in a really, really strange state just before I made this decision, and it was like a desert. I was in this no man's land. Everything felt empty, like I wasn't even here. And I think this is really part of the process that we're in, that we'll get to experience these very strange states of being, and to accept them. So it took a day and a half where I felt this very, very strongly. And I thought, where can I go? And of course, it's on the internet. And I found the woman called Dolores Cannon, who I've listened to before. And you can believe what she says, and I just believe, take whatever you can use and leave the rest. But it was very wonderful to hear this actually very humble woman speak about what's going to happen, the new earth, what's going to happen. And if you don't know Dolores Cannon, she's not here in the physical anymore. I think it was in the 50s she had her awakening, and she was a very normal lady, and she suddenly got these experiences that opened up to the spiritual realm. And she slowly started working with hypnosis, and she was able to help people in hypnosis to go into past lives. And what happened was they didn't only go into past lives in this on Earth, but also other places. And so this enormous world opened up to her, because she's not a channel. She can't speak directly with these beings or get information directly, because that's not her abilities. But through these hypnosis sessions, she was able to ask, because when you have a person in hypnosis, you go into the wisdom of God, and you can actually ask God everything. And of course, all depending on how high your vibration is, and how high the vibration of the person in the hypnosis is, all depending on these different things, the answers will be more or less pure, I believe. But she was given all this information over several decades about what is life all about, what is the earth, what's the meaning of life, where are we going, who is God, all this. And about Jesus, she's written a lot. She's written many, many books. And so she traveled the world with her daughter, bringing this message to people about what she had learnt. And that is that many of the things that I share, that we are a spirit, and we are in human form for a while. And we are connected to God, because we are one with God. It's all God. And she, especially the new earth, I felt was very, very exciting to hear about, because not many people talk about the new earth. And is it really happening? And how's it going to be? Is it just going to be a big flash and we're all going to fly off? Or what is it? But as she explained, it's really this separation. It's this shift that's happening, where we actually, as I've mentioned before, which I have not been so sure about, but I sense it more and more, we humans are separating and going each our way, because in some cases, some of the people we know will not be going into New Earth, and it's not because they're not good people, or they're not beautiful and loved and connected to God. They just have chosen a path where they will continue to live in fear and in judgment and in separation. They separate everything up. And those of us who finished with that way of being, and who wish to live in an awakened state, we will move into New Earth. And as far as she explained, it will not happen like a flash. It will happen gradually, that gradually we will be drawn more and more to people who are higher vibrational. We who wish to go into New Earth and who have chosen it will be drawn to people of a higher vibration as we go. And so the people we're living with, if they are staying on the low vibration, we will leave them. Or friends we have, family members, we will slowly just go each our way. And apparently for the ones who are staying on the old earth, they will feel that we have died, the ones of us who move on. And so they will feel that they're still here, and we will just disappear from them. Or so they will not experience the world separating. They will just see that you leave. But we who go into New Earth, which I feel I will be doing, I think you will too, we will sense, oh my goodness, we can sense that this is what's happened. We've gone into this awakened state. So some say it's actually the earth itself will actually go into, I don't know how this is at all possible, but it's because the earth is lifting its vibration, so the old earth will actually dissolve. But the new earth is a higher vibration, but it's still physical. And that is what is special about this transition that we're in, which has never ever happened in all of creation ever before. So everything physical will become high vibrational. So it will stay physical, but it will go up and be very, 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 very fine and very beautiful. And so she explained, she's very practical really, and explained how do you make sure you enter into New Earth. And she said there's two things you have to let go of. One is fear, and one is your grudges. So every little speck of fear that is in your life, you have to let it go. What about this? What about that? What about my money? What about all this? Where am I going to go? What's going to happen? All this fear, you have to let it go because it's not high vibrational. So when you're making a major shift like I'm doing in my life, every step has to be completely bathed in peace and trust. Complete trust that you will be guided on every single step of your way to the exact place you need to go. Not because it is predestined. I think because the way we live our lives is co-creation. So God hasn't got it all planned and is pushing you that way. But God has a will for you, and you have decided to do something particular. But you have to make your way, and it has to be completely bathed in peace and trust. And really everything, a lot that Jesus came to bring, that the trust that you will be provided for, and that things like money and abundance has nothing to do with working hard or anything. It's actually really just coming into alignment with yourself. So that's what's so beautiful. The more you come into your peaceful self, the more you are aligned with your true self, and the more you will be provided with whatever you need. And some of us need to be millionaires, some of us need to just have a little bit. I think that's, in my case, I will never have lots and lots of money because it's, I don't know, but I will be given what I need to do what I wish to do in this lifetime. It will come naturally the more I am peaceful and trusting and stay in the love, and make sure that every single person in my life experience, whatever it was, I forgive it completely. I let it completely go. And people who have, who still are, I feel, can trigger me to just let it go. Understand that they are in a different place, maybe higher, maybe lower than me, doesn't matter. But we're not vibrating, we're not resonating, and therefore it feels uncomfortable. And just to let it be. Say it's okay. So this is the whole forgiveness thing. As she says, she's very straightforward. She says, I mean, and so what? Your parents treated you bad. And so what? Forgive them. Let it go. No matter what, no matter how horrible they were to you, let it go. Because when you don't always have to go to the person and forgive them directly. You can just do it in your heart. And she says, tear up the contract. Tear up the contract. You've made an agreement with these people who you've had this very, very difficult life with, that you were to go here and do these things because you needed this process of learning and growing. It was a maturing process you had to go through, and you all decided to do this, and there was a contract there, and you can say, okay, I've done my thing. It's over for me now. I don't need this anymore. All I wish to do is love you where you are and love myself and move on in life and interact with people that I feel I can blossom with. And so I tear up this contract. I don't owe you anything. It's all over. Whatever we decided to do together, from my part, it's over. And I let you go with love. So this is really all that I've spent all these videos saying. She says it very, very shortly. That's all we have to do. And as she says, forgive the others and forgive yourself, which might be the hardest. Forgive yourself. So it's so beautiful that yeah. Also, let's have some water. The channelings that are coming in. One of them is from a woman called Galaxy Girl, and I might put it in here. It's just so beautiful. It's from New Earth, because New Earth is already there. The high vibration is already there, and we're just moving into it more and more. And I just feel it's so encouraging that there are people out there telling me that that is what is going to happen, and that is what is happening. We are to live in a completely transformed world, and we are transforming it with the little life we have. Every choice we make, every word we say, every step we take, we are either creating this new earth or contributing to the old. And it is going to be a world, some call it the 1,000 years of peace. What's going to come after, I don't know, but really, if you focus on being in the now and enjoying this moment every single step of the way, it can only be wonderful. So life is good. Life is good. All is well. So yeah, we're going to do a Gabriel message, and it's a beautiful day today. The sun's out. It's been extremely wet. They say there's a storm coming. I don't know. We'll see. But let's do our message. So let's let the birds be a part of this. I hope it's not too noisy, because they can be quite noisy. Let's see. Okay, so today's message is the Gabriel message number 51. Acknowledge yourself for how far you have come instead of how far you think you have to go. dear one. You have grown and changed so much. You are so busy being in the moment, applying all you have learned and giving of your talents, that it's necessary to take time to really notice how far you have come. See all that you have given to others and your world. Notice how much you have changed and how hard you have worked on yourself. See how your intention for a better life is leading you forward. You have come a long way and truly have so much to offer. For all that you are, acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge your commitment to a higher purpose in life. Acknowledge your willingness to give. Acknowledge yourself for the loving heart you share so freely, asking little in return. It is easy to be caught up in the world's view of goals and achievements. This spurs you to look forward to the future and to hurry through the present. In order to be more integrated and whole as a person, it is also necessary to look honestly at the past. This means being compassionate with yourself, seeing the lessons that you have learned, the things you would do differently, and knowing you have done the best you could. Then come into the present moment and acknowledge yourself for how far you have come. Acknowledge yourself for who you are right now. Know that you are still learning many lessons in life, but that you are willing to use all you have learned to live a fulfilling life. Honor the spirit within you. Honor the love in your heart. Respect the person you are right now, and know the angels of God are guiding you in every moment. When you treat yourself with honor and respect, the doors of heaven open to you for you to fulfill your highest destiny on earth and to live in peace. Remember your message from the angels today. Acknowledge yourself for how far you have come instead of how far you have to go. Beautiful, isn't it? Forgiveness. So that was our message for today, and very appropriate as usual. So wonderful. The angels are right here, and they're always guiding us into the light, further and further into the light, and letting go of all the darkness, all the grudges, all the nervousness, all the fear. And it's just so wonderful when you get it, that, oh my goodness, I can actually live without fear. It will pop up in little bits once in a while, But generally, as we get this, we realize, my goodness, being fearful is so exhausting. It's just so exhausting, being fearful. And also one of the things that is so powerful right now is, which I've talked about for so long, is the whole thing of our ideas of what is right and good are completely changing. So every time we realize, oh, that thing I thought was so great, it's not great anymore. It doesn't work anymore. And to not judge anyone or anything. See that, and that's what I think is very necessary right now, where we're letting go of maybe very, very close relationships. Can be all sorts of things. We're letting go of some very, very things that have been very important for us, or people who have been very important for us. We're letting it completely go, and to just allow it and trust that it's okay. We have nothing to fear, and we are. We actually realize that we're even less alone. When you cling to someone or some idea or some dream, it's actually very, very, very taxing, but also it can make you feel very lonely, and life becomes really a struggle because you're clinging, you're holding on to something that's not working. So to let it go and to trust that, as I said in the beginning, ask yourself, what is it? Which things is it? Which parts of life is it that I wish to focus on the rest of my life? And for me, it was these things. It was love, playfulness, nature, having fun, and very, very healthy, good connections where there's honesty and love. And that might shape itself in all sorts of different ways, but just the fact that I could say that for myself was very helpful for me. And it for many people it might sound very abstract, and they could say, well, how could you make money from that? Or how could you, you have to be a carpenter, or you have to, all this professional stuff. But really, I think that's what the Lord is asking us. Just find whatever it is that really, really fires you up, that really, really feels wonderful for you, and decide with yourself that's what you want to fill your life with, and do it. Because we are creating now, full on, full blast. We're creating, and to just remember to stay in the now as you're creating, and feel the peace. Feel the peace. As God keeps saying to me, there's no rush. There's no rush. I've been running around all my life. You can walk now. Dear, you can walk just calmly. All is well. And all the love you're looking for is within yourself, and it's all around you, and it will grow and grow and grow the more you just stay in this state of being. So I send you all my love, and thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you give on both channels, because we can't really separate them because there's no separation. So thank you, and I just wish and pray for you that you're feeling all this good stuff within yourself and around you. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.